Good morning. Today I'm going to discuss about markers, generational markers. I'm going to talk about generations and their traits and their characteristics, their lifestyle and their habits. So we are going to dig into our own generation. A generation is all the people born and living at about the same time regarded collectively. It can also be described as the average period generally considered to be about 30 years, during which children are born and grow up, become adults, and begin to have children of their own. Generation is also often used synonymously with cohort in social science. Under this formulation, it means people within a delineated population who experience the same significant events within a given period of time. Semantic scholar Ron Zemke describes generational cohorts as groups of people who share birth years, history, and a collective personality as a result of their defining experiences. Generational profiles, while not infallible, help us to understand how the life experiences of a generation capture the attention and emotions of millions of individuals at a formative stage in their lives and ultimately affect personal core values. Although there is no absolute beginning or end to generational groups, they typically span 15 to 20 years, in some cases, even 30 years. The historical, political, and social events experienced by generational cohorts help to define and shape their values, work ethics, attitudes towards authority, and professional aspirations. Authors Deutscher and Covin put it, the four distinct generations in today's workforce include the veterans, also referred to in their literature as traditionalists, or the mature generation. Then comes baby boomers. Then comes Generation X. The last one is the millennials, sometimes described as the net generation or Generation Y. The generational characteristics of each cohort and their work-related characteristics will be described below. First group is, as I told you, the veterans or the traditionalists. These people are born between 1925 all the way to 1945. The second group is the cohorts, the baby boomers. Baby boomers are born between 1946 to 1964. Third cohorts, Generation X. These cohorts born between 1963 to 1980. The last fourth group is the Millennials or the Millennial Generation or Net Generation. These people are born between 1980 to 2000. So first I will explain what traditionalists or veterans are all about. So they are born between 1925 to 1945. The traditionalists or veterans grew up in difficult times with life experiences that included World War II and the Great Depression. The economic and political uncertainty that they experienced has led them to be hard working, financially conservative, and cautious. Traditionalists or veterans value the lessons of history. When facing new challenges, they look to the past for insight into what has worked and what hasn't. Organizational loyalty is important to this generation, and they feel seniority is important to advance in one's career. They tend to be respectful of authority, supportive of hierarchy, and disciplined in their work habits. Although, as a group of veterans have begun the transition to retirement, many nurses in this generation continue to work in all levels of nursing organizations. Second group, the baby boomers, born between 1946 to 1964. Baby boomers, I am a baby boomer. I was born 1954. So a baby boomer, he grew up in a healthy post-war economy. Nuclear families were the norm. They were encouraged to value their individualism and express themselves creatively, often described as the most egocentric generation. They have spent their lives rewriting the rules. The baby boomer generation is the largest cohort in the nursing workforce and currently occupies many nursing leadership positions. Baby boomers are known for their strong work ethic, and work has been a defining part of both their self-worth and their evaluation of others. Significant numbers of baby boomers nurses have retired beginning 2010, and nursing shortages on a very large scale are projected unless work is redesigned to retain this cohort in the workplace. The third generation, X, born between 1963 to 1980. The structure of the European and American family changed during the formative years of Generation X. Divorce rates increased significantly. Many members of Generation X were raised in single parent household. This was the first generation where both parents were likely to work outside the home, and many were raised as latchkey children. A latchkey child who is at home without adult supervision for some part of the day, especially after school, until a parent returns from home. That is known as the latchkey child. Their formative experiences, including exposure to massive corporate layoffs, have led them to value self-reliance and work-life balance. They are described as less loyal to the corporate culture. Technology underwent major advances during their formative years and has become an important part of their lives. The Generation X cohort is significantly smaller than the baby boomers. During the 1990s, the profession of nursing had significant problems attracting Generation X members who saw nursing as not offering the career growth and entrepreneurial opportunities available in other jobs. However, many Generation X's have now entered nursing as a second career. The last is the Millennial Generation. These are born between 1980 to 2000. The Millennials are the second largest generational cohort in the general population. They were raised in a time where violence, terrorism, and drugs became realities of life. Raised by parents who nurtured and structured their lives, they are drawn to their families for safety and security. They are a global generation and accept multiculturalism as a way of life. Technology and the instant communication made possible by cellular phones have always been part of their lives. This generation is often compared to the veterans or traditionalists in their values. A higher level of interest in nursing among this generation has been noted, and applications to nursing programs significantly increased as they entered college. At present, this is the smallest cohort in the nursing workforce, but the numbers of millennials is growing. Thank you and have a nice day.